All right. Well, it looks like Tark's stream is still having some issues here. They started the race. Muffin's in 1-2. We still can't see Tark's stream yet. So we're gonna have to just go based off of Muffin and hope they can fix this soon. Not much to say yet because we can't see Tark, so we don't really know who's ahead and by how much. But I can tell you that currently, in terms of the median times, Muffin has an advantage over Tark here. I'm not too sure what's happening, if I have to do something or not. I'm sorry about this, but there's a multi-stream here. I'm not too sure what's going on. Muffin is coming up to the end of 1-3. At least he hasn't got hit yet, which is obviously one of the most important things in World 1. Obviously, you don't want to, lose a few seconds because in World 1, at this level, both players are almost certain to be very, very close to each other. So they're probably not going to be losing that much time. It's really later on in World 5 and 8 where time loss starts to happen. All right, here we have Muffin coming up to the end of World 1 on a decent run, it looks like. .357, that's pretty decent. So like I said earlier, World 1 is almost always, unless somebody gets hit, it's almost always going to be very, very close and, not losing a lot of time. Tark said he got 402 World 1, so he's 5 seconds behind. Those 5 seconds are basically nothing. If you've seen any races this game, you know how easy it is to lose even multiple minutes. But having a lead out of World 1 can help just mentally, just know that you have, a little bit to work with and you aren't, you're playing ahead. And you can play a little safe just to be sure that you don't make any huge time losses. It really is not that. It is kind of hard just to talk here still without Tark stream loading. I can look at his stream. He doesn't have a timer on his layout, so I can't tell exactly what time he is, unfortunately. So I'm just going to assume that he hasn't, from what I can see, he hasn't made any major mistakes yet, so it's still a pretty close race. Muffin at out of 5-1. Going into Piranha here, it really is hard to comment on the race so far, but Muffin's not doing bad, so he's definitely not, he's definitely holding his lead pretty well. I don't think Tark is faltering much either. It's still a very close race. But without until this gets fixed, I can't tell you exactly how close or how far apart this is. Muffin having a little bonk there. He hit donut jump though, so that's good. I'm not too sure if Tark does that strat or not, and I can't see whether or not he does it. But he does seem to be through. He doesn't seem to have made any mistakes yet, so it's still a close race, I can tell you that, but yeah, unfortunately, Tark is still they still haven't got a stream yet because he changed it. There is a multi-twitch, but that is significantly ahead, and I don't want to, you know, be seeing things very far ahead. So I'm just gonna focus on Muffin's gameplay, I guess, until they fix Tark's. And Muffin's still on a decent run, especially in a race. Not having any major mistakes is really good up to this point. Let's see if Muffin gets 5.56 here. I'm not too sure how good Tark is at 5.56. I'm pretty sure he can get it, but I'm unsure of how consistent he is at it, and I'm also unsure of if he does get it. I'm not too sure if I'll know until later on. Muffin. Oh, that's a brutal way to get hit. It could have been worse. He could have got hit earlier in the level, but that's just an awful way to lose 5.56, especially when you know he's on pace for a pretty good 5.56 there, but then he does that. So now he's gonna have to play 5.4 without a propeller or go back and get a backup one. So that's a huge time loss. If Tark didn't get hit, Tark will be comfortably ahead at this point. Which would be good for Tark. Right now, since obviously races are about median, it's not too important if they win or lose, especially considering they are both 0-2 in their group stage right now. And their medians are decently far apart. Muffin currently has a 26-12 median, and Tark has a 29-56. So, and also, that means that Muffin is 14th or 15th place. He's 15th seed, and Tark is currently 23rd seed. So their seedings are decently far apart. But if they both have really good runs, they can definitely get better seeds if they play good. Obviously, that's the main goal is to get good medians to get good seeds, and then once the double elimination tournament starts, that's when winning the races becomes more important and the main focus. But for now, it's mainly about getting these medians, which incentivizes both players to try as hard as they can every run. Even if they're like think they're gonna win, it's not a good idea to mess around and just don't waste your time. Is the name of the game here. Try to get as good of a time as you can. So yeah, this level, when you only have one of the race participants being shown and they are doing 5.4 without propeller suit, it really is not much to say. Like, it's really hard for me to comment on this. It's just he's playing 5.4 like you and I did when we were kids, just with the intent of not slowing down the raft, which was kind of also the goal of playing the level casually. You're trying to keep it away from sinking, but it's just not a very fun situation to be in any race or really any speed run. the most he can do is mess around and try to at least entertain the audience, but that could also lead to a potential death, and it might not be worth it. Anybody wondering when this is going to be fixed? I don't know. But this could be the entire set is just Gasping Muffin's gameplay, which is a pretty good runner to be watching. But when unfortunate circumstances like getting hit at the end of 5 Tower happen, it can be a little not fun. But he's through the level, so at least we don't have to watch that anymore because that's just not fun. I have in the tourney server, Tark put his stream, and I just don't know what's happening right now, like what the issue is. I could it's SpeedGaming, but yeah, SpeedGaming's been pinged, so that they've been pinged, so they either they are just they haven't somehow seen that yet, or they are trying to fix it, which I think they probably are trying to fix it right now. So Gasping Muffin doing 5 the ghost house. So the nice thing about playing this level without propeller is that you can do a twirl, which makes one bit a little easier. But at the same time, when you do have a propeller, if you go like too low, it's also pretty easy to back up. But it is nice to have the twirl. That's always the nice thing about not having propeller is that you do have the twirl, and a twirl can be pretty useful sometimes. As you saw there, he did twirl, although I don't think he needed to do that. It was just for safety, which is an option he has. Luckily, the nice thing about 5 Ghost House and 8-1, like he got 570 there, which is very good, by the way. That was a good meme jump. So a 570 there is very, very good. So props to him for that, especially after the train wreck in 5-4 and 5 Tower, which can very much demotivate you to play good your run. You're like, the run's basically already doomed. So the fact that he was able to kind of ignore that mistake and pull that out is really good to see. He definitely does still have to try for the median. This run still has value. He shouldn't be giving up. I don't think he's going to give up. I don't think he has any plans of giving up. But it always is sometimes, even when the run matters, it still can be hard to lock in and focus after making a big mistake like he did. So the fact that he was able to still do that is pretty impressive. As he's going into World 8 here. And still nothing from Tark. We can't really see what he's doing. Let's just hope that he's on a good run. I know just as much as you guys do, because if I go check, I'll get I'll have no delay, so I'll be like way far ahead, and that's just not good. Yeah, I guess I could like delay it, but it would be a little not only would there be a big delay, but it'd also be like kind of like I don't know, it'd probably be kind of weird, but I guess I could try to do it. Tark is definitely pretty far ahead of him right now. He is an 8-2 finishing. I think it's finished. I think at this point he'd be just starting it if it was synced with Muffin. Yeah, DCA is not at her PC, so somebody else is gonna have to fix this. I don't know who is available to fix it, but I hope it does get fixed, because this is very difficult, and it is a very like it kind of deteriorates from like the race aspect, because it's just like we're kind of just watching Muffin do a run at this point. Yeah, I don't know the process behind any of this. I've never been a volunteer for SpeedGaming, so I'm not too sure what the problem is and how it's getting fixed. I just know that I can't see Tark's stream, and Muffin's stream is not cropped, which at least we can see some, but it is rather unfortunate. It does look like Tark is getting through 8-2 without any mishaps. I think he still has a decent lead. But considering the delay, I'm actually not too sure like where he is at this moment. So just know that it seems like he's probably a decent amount ahead of Muffin. So he does have the lead right now. I just don't know how big of a lead it is, but it is definitely a lead. and it's not too big of a lead where Muffin Muffin can definitely come back if Tark makes a big mistake later on. But without knowing exactly how far ahead he is, I can't really comment on how that would have to happen. And Muffin missing RSG here, unfortunately. He did get the star though, which is nice because if he messed it up badly enough, you can die. And dying when you already are in this big of a deficit is really, really bad. So that's nice that he backed it up well. So Muffin with a pretty okay 8-2 minus that RSG mistake. A 421, considering all that, isn't too bad. Okay, so there's no one to help, so we're gonna have to stay like this, unfortunately. Which means you guys don't even, you're not even, wait, can I at least switch the audio here? Audio unknown. Okay, so I actually, I don't think I can fix this, because, there's no audio unknown and there's no cropping. So I don't know if I can, I think this is all entirely, I think this is gonna be very scuffed, but I think this is how it's gonna have to be. Tark, if you are listening, I think it's best that on your stream you add your live split so I can at least see what time you get at the end of the race. Even if it's not going to be on SpeedGaming, because checking your stream, you don't have that, so I don't know what time it is. I at least want to be able to know what time you get in the race. I'm trying to see if there's anything. I just don't think I can change anything. I think it's all. It's okay, I think I can crop this. Okay, wait. I'm sorry, I'm not like I'm trying to see if I can fix this myself. Muffin's an A7, so there's not much I can say here. I do apologize for all these technical issues here. Okay, okay, so I don't think I can edit the stream link. I do think there's audio though, and I did crop it, so I got Muffin's stream good. But I think Tark's stream link is not right. I'm not too sure if I can change that or not. But at least we have Muffin's stream is good. So I'm sorry it took me this long to do it, but I never had to change any of this because usually this somebody at SpeedGaming helping, but unfortunately this seems to have been an issue. Now Muffin's an airship. I'm not too sure where Tark is. I believe Tark is likely probably getting close to finishing up airship here. I'm trying to see if there's any way to fix this. But I'm not too sure if I can change the stream. On this. Yeah, unfortunately, I do think that's gonna have to be somebody else. So yeah, Muffin here coming up at the end of 8 airship. With a 412, that's pretty good, especially for a race. It looks like Muffin's been recovering pretty well from that mistake he made earlier, not really letting it phase him, and still having good levels afterwards. So he should be been recovering from it pretty well. Let's see if he gets boneless. Okay, he got first hit. Oh, but he didn't get second hit, unfortunately. So he did get first hit, though, so that's nice. Let's see if he gets the backup hit. Unfortunately, it looks like Bowser Jr. is not letting him get into the gap. That's unfortunate. So he did get boneless hit, though. I'm not too... I think when I checked the Tark stream, he actually did not have propeller at this spot. So I think he is to save time over Tark from that, which is, you know, nice to see the gap close a little bit. And also it means that Tark won't have propeller mushroom for 8 castle, so he'll lose some time there, which means the gap is closing. All right, now I'm up and heading into 8 castle. Tark, I think, is not too far ahead anymore. But he still has a decent lead just because of the 5 tower mistake. So if Tark can back up on the not having propeller and not like die or make any major mistakes, he should take game 1. Okay, so I don't think Tark's stream is going to be able to come back, unfortunately. Okay, so Tark is updating us saying he got the Volzavolt, which is nice. That means he's not going to be losing all that much time from not having propeller entering the level. So the gap is he didn't mess that up. So if he does not die in escape or have a catastrophe, he will take game 1. But that's not a guarantee. So this race isn't over yet. Unfortunately, I can't make it very, you know, tense because we can't really see Tark's, you know, gameplay. But I will tell you when he finishes the run, a rough time. It'll probably be a little bit ahead. So I'm sorry about that, but I do want to at least update you guys on what time Tark gets. Actually, I guess he could just tell you, but it doesn't matter. It's really unfortunate that this had to happen, but unless I can somehow change what stream is being used, uh, it's not gonna. I can't fix it. Which if that is something I can do, I would like to be told. Okay, so Tark got a. I'm not too sure. He got like a high 25, but he did win game 1. So, GG's Tark for winning game 1. Unfortunately, you can't see it. Looks like gaspingmuffin went for ATC, but unfortunately did not get it. So he won't be saving time from that. But now that the race is over, it's not that big of a deal. It is a little unfortunate for the median, but there's only 1 or 2 more races left for him to do because he's already played his other group stages. So if he loses the next race, that'll be his last one, and if he wins the next one, then he'll force a game 3. So let's see if he has a good escape here. And unfortunately, he did not. So that's very unfortunate. He was a little too low to hit Tommy's strat right there, and he died. I don't know if he's okay. He's gonna go finish. I don't know why he didn't equip a mushroom there. Now he's gonna have to play the level with the mushroom, so he can't do the Volza Vault. Either he's going to die here to equip mushroom, which seems like it'd be a very, very big waste of time, or he's gonna play the fight as small Mario for some reason, maybe to make it easier. Okay, so it looks like he's gonna have to play as small Mario. So now he has to hope that Bowser's nice to him, or he gets the Bowser jump, both of which is not very fun to deal with. Volza Vault's way nicer. And he got the Bowser jump. Let's see if he can back this up well, because now he has to get a power up with the fireballs going at him, which is not the easiest thing to do without either maybe getting hit or losing a lot of time. It's very rare that outside of low percent, you're put in a situation where you are mini Mario here or small Mario. So he might just opt to play escape as low percent. Okay, it looks like he's just gonna play escape without any power ups. So let's see how this goes. Let's hope he's practiced his low percent escape. This is a lot more scary without propeller, because if you make a move, if you do something like that, unfortunately, it's just that small mistake will kill you without any propeller mushroom there. And it looks like he will forfeit. So Tark has a 1 game lead now. Gaspingmuffin forfeited race 1, which means we will now be moving on to race 2. I'm still not sure if there's anything I can do to fix Tark stream. If there is, I'd like to know, but unfortunately at this point, I'm not too sure if there is anything I can do. Alright, so here we are going into game 2. Muffin's probably going to hope that he doesn't have the same mistake happen as he did last race, and Tark is going to look out to close the series here. So Muffin needs to win 2 in a row, otherwise he will lose this series. Although, what's more important is that he gets a good median, so he's probably going to be trying really hard to get a good run here. Obviously, he's going to try to win the race as well, but at the end of the day, the goal is to get the best time he can. So that's probably what both runners are going to be trying to do here. Yeah, Muffin. Unfortunately, due to a lack of speed gaming volunteers taking over, or whatever, Tark stream is wrong. It's supposed to be Tark speedruns and not Tark. So unless the person who currently owns the Tark Twitch account wants to restream this, I don't think we'll be able to watch the gameplay. By the way, if you do happen to own the Tark account, please restream this account. That'd be very helpful. Yeah, the multi-twitch is probably the best way to go, but I don't think you can put that up on the stream, and there's a very big delay between this and the multi-twitch, so I'd have to try to figure out how big of a delay there is, which would be a little annoying. I'm not too sure if I can add a delay on multi-twitch. I'm not too sure if that's a thing you can do. Yeah, that it is unfortunate that's what happened, and I'm not too sure if anybody's gonna help me here. Yeah, we're gonna just stick with this for now until an admin can help. Hope you guys like this music here. Oh, all right, and he's off. So, like last race, he's probably just gonna try to have World One is usually, unless you have like a major mistake, usually World One is within seconds of each other, so nothing too crazy. First three levels are not that difficult to do. Sometimes you'll mess up and get hit. There are backups, namely the backup propeller in 1-3, which I'm not too sure how experienced these runners are with getting that backup, because that backup is very, usually if you get hit, you just reset. So it's a pretty niche backup, but it is a good one to know nonetheless. Nothing with the 454-1-1. Pretty standard. Nothing to write home about. And from what I can see, it looks like Tark did not mess up 1-1. So Tark's also on a very similar pace. Muffin having a very standard one too. There really is very little to say about these first levels. It's kind of just comparing the runners, and when I can't compare the runners, there isn't really anything to say. It does look like Tark also had a pretty typical fine 1-2. Now Muffin going to 1-3 once again. Not that much to say, especially considering the fact that we can't really see exactly how far ahead or behind Tark, but he's basically tied with Tark right now. Both runners are having very similar runs, just because they haven't made any real mistakes yet. And there's very little room to make mistakes in these levels. It's just don't get hit, don't do something stupid, and that's really the best way of summarizing it. Muffin having a good 1-3, and Tark also I see has a good 1-3. So yeah, the race is basically at this point almost tied. There's very little deviation. Last run they're about 5 seconds apart. This run they're on very similar paces from what I can see, but I'm not too sure how much delay there is between them. So yeah, Muffin leaving World 1 with the like I said, very standard World 1 here. No major mistakes were made. Both runners are basically neck and neck right now. No real deviations just yet. Okay, I see. I might be getting help from a volunteer right now. Anyway, Muffin and Tark starting World 5. Still no real massive deviation, although 5-1 is a level where you can lose or save a few seconds depending on how fast you play it, and also if you make any mistakes. It does look like Tark lost a little bit of time here. I'm not too sure exactly what happened, but he is a few seconds behind now, even with that mistake from Muffin. Oh, okay. So Tark's stream is looks like it appeared. I'm not too sure. It's frozen currently. Okay, so now we have Tark. I'm not too sure what the delay is because Tark's stream doesn't have a timer on it. But I assume it's not that far off. So we finally have them back. So I would like to try to crop it. All right, I'm gonna crop it here, and then we'll be set to go. Unfortunately, there is no timer though, so. All right, so I think we're good. I'm not too sure what the delay is right now, but I think we finally have both the runners here. So as you can see, now we can finally compare. Muffin having a few second lead over Tark. Both runners having his pretty standard 1-5-3. It does look like Tark's going a little slower, but that's just probably because he's playing it more safe. Still no yet to see any real major mistakes up to this point. Oh, looks like the stream is lagging a little bit, unless that's just my end, which it might be. So Muffin having a decent 5-3. It looks like Tark will also have a decent 5-3 if he doesn't get hit here, which he did not. So both runners threw 5-3 without any real major mistakes yet, which is really nice to see here. So last run, this is the level where Tark broke away from Muffin because he got hit. So let's see if that will happen again or not. The start of 5 tower is always it's basically just an auto scroller. Although sometimes if you play a little too slow, you'll not be in a good spot. Like Muffin looks like he might be soon, but he should be fine. Yeah, he's fine. You really that really is a very very lenient cycle to make. Let's see if he gets his redemption arc here. Okay. And he does. So Muffin making 556. Tark also looking to hit 556 here. And he also does. So we have a close race, ladies and gentlemen. Tark getting a 557 there. That's very nice to see. So yeah, Tark keeping the race close here, not missing at 556, which is very nice. I'm not too sure how big the delay between them is, so this race could be closer or further than it seems. So DCA getting an 849, it looks like, which is pretty good, especially for a race. You can't be get to by 849 there. If Tark's delay is the same, then it's he's about 9 to 10 seconds behind DCA, which is not a very big gap at all. So both runners definitely are probably feeling pressure right now. So, it looks like Tark did save. So that's good for him. Let's see here if Muffin gets through 5-4. Okay, so Muffin through the hard part of 5-4. Tark also through the beginning, which is I'd argue the very beginning is one of the hardest parts. At this point, it's not too hard, but you can occasionally mess up. And Tark also through 5-4. So both players made it through 5-4 unscathed, which is a lot better than last run. Because last run, as we saw, Muffin almost basically lost the race because of that mistake getting hit. He did close the gap a little bit, but it wasn't enough to win the race. So now both players are very close to each other. So now we have the Boo House on both players. Now that Muffin has a propeller mushroom, he can't do the twirl, but he also could save himself if he gets put into a bad spot, which hopefully he doesn't, but having backups is very important, so he'll probably be able to back it up fine if he just spins. And Tark also in 5 Ghost House, he also had propeller last run as well, so he did, or not as well, but he did have propeller last run and this run, so he basically is playing level the same way. And Muffin makes it through. He did get an IO door, which is going to lose him a tiny bit of time, but that's a very minor time loss. Is he going to go for mean jump again? He got hit at the. That's a very weird place to get hit. Usually, you don't get hit on the back like that. So that's going to lose some time in 8-1. Let's see if Tark gets through here. Tark playing it very safe. I respect it. That will lose him some time, but he will save time in 8-1 because he didn't get hit. So yeah, still a decently close race. All right, so yeah, both runs going to World 8 here. Last run, Muffin had a pretty good World 8, all things considering. Obviously, he messed up at the very, very end and lost his run in Castle, but up to that point, he wasn't playing that bad. Neither was Tark, although Tark did get have to play the last level in Bowser Jr. without a propeller mushroom, so he lost some time to that. So Yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible. It could have gone a lot worse. So both runners, now that it's actually a close race, have more incentive to actually really try hard to not mess up anywhere. Oh, once again, Muffin getting hit in the back there. That seems to be a common theme here. Is he keeps like getting hit in the back because he just doesn't jump far enough. But he did get through, so that's fine. Oh, and unfortunately, the meteor denying him of that backup fire flower. That's a very rare mistake there. Um, so now he's gonna have to wait here, which will also give Tark some more time to catch up if he doesn't mess up. But that was a good backup by Muffin. And just like that, the race has become significantly closer. So now it's within a few seconds of each other. So now the race is definitely a lot more tight, and there's a lot more pressure on the runners to play good now. So now 8-2. Last run we saw Muffin go for RSG and he missed it. Let's see if he gets it this run, or if he even goes for it. I wouldn't blame him if he didn't go for it just because of how close the race is. But on the other hand, he might just go for it anyway because he's Muffin. Oh, but unfortunately, he does not make that. He went a little too fast there and he died, which is unfortunate. That part is actually surprisingly difficult to do really fast, so that's a very easy way to die, so there's no shame in that. But that will put Tark comfortably ahead of him. I guess not really that comfortably, but it does put Tark ahead of him. But here, he has to make it through here without dying, which he does. That was a little scary from Tark, which did lose him some time, so his lead is dwindling, and he's having a hard time getting down there. So Tark not capitalizing all that much on Muffin's mistake. Muffin not making the same mistake as last time, which is nice. So yeah, the race is still pretty close, although the lead has changed hands now, and now Tark is leading by a little bit here. And Muffin getting RSG, which is really good. So that'll save him some even more time, and he didn't have a little mishap there. So Muffin having a really good 8-2 after that death. So Tark is definitely not holding as big of a lead as he would have had Muffin not had that good of an 8-2. So yeah, a 426 there is very good, especially considering it's a race. So yeah, he definitely can't be upset about that. And now they're both entering 8-7, and as we all know, 8-7 is the resident sleeper level. It's the level where you can fall asleep for most level and be just fine. Of course, there's the Muffin Triple, which named after Gasping Muffin, so if he misses it, we might have to forfeit him from the race, but that's probably not going to happen, I hope. Oh, and Tark getting hit on that lava geyser. Luckily, that means very little in the grand scheme of things. Let's see if he gets if Gasping Muffin can get Muffin Triple. And he does, so he is protected his what's the right word here? He protected himself from insane humiliation. That's the best way to put it. From Tark. It's 8-7. There's not really all that much to say. Muffin, I wonder if Muffin's going to go for the fire flower route, which is a little faster because you can shoot fireballs in between the wall cakes, and it also is a little safer if you don't die, because okay, it looks like you will be, because if you get damaged, you don't have to equip the mushroom. But if you do die, because you have to avoid the checkpoint, it's really bad. You'll have to replay the whole level, which is one of the biggest potential time losses in the whole run. So Muffin needs to really make sure he doesn't die here. Obviously, in a speedrun attempt, if you die, it doesn't really matter where you are, your run's dead. Good wall jumps there. So yeah, Tark with the 336, that's respectable. Especially in a race where you have a lead like this, you definitely don't want to play too risky and die. So he's holding his lead decently well. If Muffin does have a good 8-7 though, he will be closing the gap, so it's not safe. That's for sure. And Muffin with a 340, that's very, very good. So that will save him a little bit of time over Tark as the race becomes closer and closer with each level. Tark having a decent first room here. Oh, and Muffin, unfortunately, not having a good first cruise. Nice to get backup propeller. The nice thing about Fireflower is that you can get away with a slightly riskier first screw, because if you do get hit once, it's fine. But unfortunately, he took it too risky and he got hit twice, so he has to get the backup propeller there. But he backed it up well, so it's not that big of a time loss. Tark having a little bit of trouble here, which is just closing the gap even more. And he got through that part. Let's see if Muffin gets through this. And he did. Yeah, Tark doesn't have a timer because his stream doesn't have a timer on it. You need to yell at Tark to put his timer on his stream because he hasn't done that yet. Hopefully they'll be there for game. If there's if Tark wins this race, there will be no game 3. So, there's a chance that we don't get to fix that. But if Gasping Muffin can clutch up here and come back, that'd force a game 3. Tark currently has a lead, but with a good bombless here, it might not really be there anymore. It might be, a crazy race. And Tark not getting these backup hits, unfortunately. And Muffin not getting first hit, unfortunately, which means he will not get, which means he will be losing time to Tark to that. Obviously, he can still get backup hits, which will put him way closer, but it is currently not looking too good for him. Okay, if he gets a backup hit right here, it'll be a very close race. Unfortunately, he didn't get it there. Let's see if he gets it right here. No, the game is not letting him into the gap. And he gave up. Okay, so no bonus from either runners, but Muffin went for first hit, which means he had lost time. So the gap widened a little bit because of that. But there's still a lot that can happen in this last level, and this lead is a pretty small lead considering all the things that can happen. So yeah. Okay, we have Tark heading the last level with Muffin close behind him. If anything, we saw last race that a lot can happen at the very, very end. So we'll have to see how this is. I do not know exactly how far ahead or behind Tark is compared to Muffin. No, I don't have a way of knowing Volza because Tark does not have his timer on his stream, so I can't see exactly how far. And his stream was down until like halfway through the run, so I couldn't use that as a way of measuring it either. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to just kind of guess how much delay there is. So Tark having a decent first room. Yeah, blame Tark, man. He didn't put his splits on his stream. All right, and Muffin having also a very good first room, so not much ground has been gained or lost in this level so far. But the big scary part is the very end. So Tark with the 603 door. We'll try to compare that to Muffin's in a second here. But yeah, I will say this is a lot better of a race than last time. Considering the fact that both runners have not had any huge mistakes yet, other than I guess Muffin's 8-1 death or 8-2 death. My bad. Which did put him decently far behind, but he's been playing really good and making up for that. So it's a close race now. So yeah, Muffin with an insanely good 609 door. That's incredible. A 609 door basically requires a very good first room on top of an extremely early pipe entry and a very good RTA door. So getting that in a race is very good. So Muffin is doing a very good job of closing the gap between him and Tark right now. Yeah, 606 RTA door is just like this level is extremely hard to optimize. Tark going for the ATC. Oh, and oh, he gets denied at the very end. That's very unfortunate. So Tark not getting ATC. If Muffin gets it here, this race will be incredibly close. And he got it. Muffin being clutch and Tark not far behind. Oh man, this is gonna be close. Yeah, this is basically synced right now. And Tark getting the wall slide, putting him behind. That might do it, folks. The delay might be enough to give him the win if Alright, and Muffin clutching that run out beautifully. That was a crazy way to clutch out the run. Giga 2540. Tark, I don't know what time you got. Tark, what time did you get? Because I need to know if you won the race or not. I assume you did win the. I assume Muffin did win the race. But I believe this is a 1-1 series. So yeah, if I can get an update on Tark's time. Yeah, 2540 for Muffin. I don't know what time Tark got still, so I don't know if we're gonna if you won or not. I'm assuming you did win. But I'm not. I want to be extra sure, just so we can like be all clear and official. But yeah, that was an amazing run from both runners. Okay, so Tar got 25:44. So I think he lost by 4 seconds. So that is a win for Muffin. So now we will be going to a game 3. I'm gonna crop Tark's timer now because I can do that because he's added it. I'm not too sure how to crop the timer again. I'm trying to find the option here. Okay, here we go. Okay. So let me recrop Tark's stream. I actually have to wait for it to be updated. So give me a second here, folks, while I wait for this to update. Yeah, Muffin, you. This is. I think. Yeah, I think this is your third game 3, which is kind of insane. That you've taken every race to game 3. All right, here we go. I have his stream. I'm gonna assume this is good here. If not, then I'll take the blame for this. Okay. So now I think we're good. Okay, it looks like I might have to recrop the stream after they get into the run, but that's okay. I'll do that after the run starts. Whenever they want to start game 3 here. Okay, it looks like they're going into this. Once Tark gets into the run, I can crop his stream, sync it, and then we'll be good. I do hope he does go into the overall map soon. But yeah, so now we're gonna have a game 3. This time, hopefully, the entire race will be all set up and fine. Hopefully, there'll be no issues. I've never had to do anything like this, so I apologize for any delays or whatever. But that's just how it is, unfortunately. I'm waiting to get a new. They're about to start their race soon. Okay. Okay, I believe this is good now. Now we're just so yeah. At this point, it's gonna be waiting on the race. I'll have to do the syncing and stuff after they start the race, which is fine. Okay, and they're off. And it looks like Muffin is about is that 1.5 seconds, I believe. Okay. There's an issue here. It seems like it's not syncing properly. I'm not too sure what to do about this. Um, I apologize, but it seems to have been frozen. I'm not too sure how I can fix this. Okay, well, for now, we'll have to just look at Muffin again. As he's playing 1-2 once again. Standard World 1. Yeah, I think Tark might be cheating, guys. Once again, Muffin having a standard 1-2. Alright, well, somebody else is going to take over sneaking, so I'm just going to not worry about that anymore. So now we have Muffin here in 1-3. Hopefully Tark's stream can get synced soon. Still pretty, I've already reiterated several times, it's World 1, nothing too crazy to say. The goal is just not to get hit and to keep the run at least a little bit close so you don't, fall behind too much. Alright, well, Muffin out of 1-3. I'm not too sure where Tark is right now. Hopefully his stream gets fixed soon. Muffin going into 1 cannon. Not much to say yet. Not much real mistakes has been made. It's just World 1. Alright, so now Muffin heading into 5-1. Yeah, it's getting sorted out right now. There's been some issues, but hopefully after this we'll be finally free of all the issues. Muffin with a good star grab there. That's the little cool strat, that jump into the block instead of the ground pound that most people do. Muffin not making that same mistake where he hits that block his last run. So that's going to be a little time save from last run. And it looks like they're cropping his stream again. Oh, Tark. I guess he lost. He unfortunately has lost his races. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Tark, but I guess we'll have to take away your win. We found you splicing your run, so unfortunately now you have to win 2 more, buddy. Sorry to tell you this. And now both runners are heading into Piranha. It looks like Muffin is about half a second ahead of Tark, but maybe a little less than that. Oh, Muffin still getting a 93. That was a very interesting backup. And Tark, all right. Yeah, it looks like about half a second delay on Muffin, and I think we'll be all good. And Muffin instantly getting hit in 5-3. That's a little unfortunate. So now he's gonna have to come back from behind, which, you know, is a situation he's been put in here a few times. So, and we've seen from before, Muffin's pretty clutch. So, oh, and he gets hit again. That's very brutal. That's very unfortunate. And Muffin Tark messing up a little bit here, but he is not getting hit yet. So that's not as bad as it could have been. And we are finally back. It looks like Muffin stream is about half a second ahead. I'll fix that real quick. Or is that behind? No, it's ahead. Alright, it looks like we're synced now. Or at least very close. Alright, sorry about all that nonsense that happened. But we should be good now. So now Tark heading into 5 tower. Muffin doing 5-3 again. Oh yeah, I need to increase Tark's score now. Okay, and now I think we're good. Alright. I think everything's done now. So Tark, seeing if he can get 5-5-6. I'm not too sure if he got it his first race, but he did get it his second race, so he's trying to get it for the second time, and unfortunately he did not get it this race. It's probably better that he missed it this race and last race, because this race he has a decently solid lead. Obviously you don't want to ever miss 5-5-6 in a race, but if you had to pick a time to miss it, it'd probably best be now and not when he's in a very close race where he's a little bit behind. And now Muffin trying to get 5-5-6 here. He got it last race. His first race, he got hit at the very end of it, so he's probably trying to go 2 for 1 on it. Okay, good start, good start. Oh, that's a little dicey. The instant land though. Okay, he got it. So both runners getting or not both runners, but Muffin getting 5-5-6 and Tark missing it. So the gap is narrowing between the two. So now Tark is going to head into 5-4. Last run, both runners got 5-4 skip. First race, obviously Muffin couldn't do it because he got hit in 5 tower. So let's hope both runners get it this race. Tark once again saving for safety. I respect it. Muffin will likely do the same thing. Good start from Tark. That was a little scary, but he made it work. Okay, the ground pound the block for safety. And Muffin not saving. If he misses 5-4 skip, that'll put him in a very, very bad spot. But at the same time, when you're behind like he is, you can't really be playing it too safe. but Tark got through the level, so Muffin's gonna have to really make sure he doesn't mess up here. He doesn't really have the wiggle room to make any mistakes. Off to a good start. He made it. And Muffin making it through. Good job, Muffin. So not saving there will save him a few seconds over Tark because Tark did save. And now, once again, both runners are going to Ghost House. This time, Muffin is in the deficit. Last race, it was Tark who was a little bit behind. But now Muffin's the one playing from behind. So let's see if he can clutch this out. And he has to go into 5-4 again because of the vines blocking him. So that will actually be a pretty detrimental time loss. As he's going to take a death here to move the vines out the way. Which will lose him more time in 8-1, unfortunately. Yeah, anybody who's potentially has the other race open, it says I'm commentating it. That's a mistake. I'm not commentating that race. As you can tell, I'm right here commentating this one. So yeah, now Tark's lead is becoming more extended, and it's only going to get bigger after 8-1. Unless he dies or makes a mistake, then it might not be. But if Tark doesn't mess up 8-1, that'll be pretty bad for Muffin because he'll have to dig himself out of a bigger hole than he's already in. But as we've seen from the past few races, when Muffin needs to be clutch, he'll be clutch. So the end of this race is still far from determined. All right, so now Muffin heading into World 8. His lead is Tark's lead, my bad. It's still pretty big. It still isn't safe yet. Especially as we've been seeing with how Muffin's been playing under these circumstances. He's just really been not letting the mistakes get to him, and he's been playing very, very well despite being in a deficit. So if he continues to play that way, who knows what will happen. So Muffin equipping the mushroom for safety. As Tark gets a 431, so he will... Oh, and Muffin unfortunately dying there. That's a pretty uncommon mistake. I don't think I've seen that one before, but unfortunately for him, it's just widening the gap between him and Tark. So, he really needs to... If he really wants to... If he doesn't want to have a good chance to win this, he's going to have to really lock in and focus. Both players basically just running through the levels right now. Nothing really crazy has been happening. For Tark, obviously, he has a pretty big lead. It's not too big to the point where he can, really start. Obviously, the goal of the race is obviously to win, but at the same time, both players are worried about getting their medians lower to have a better seed. But considering the fact that this will be the last race both players have, played out, it's very unlikely that this will affect their median unless they have a pretty good time. But Tark not giving Muffin a chance to make a comeback here. He's really not been making major mistakes. He's been playing a little safe, but that's to be expected when you have a lead like this. Whereas Muffin is probably desperately trying to at least close the gap a little bit here. And Muffin, unfortunately, once again, making another very uncommon mistake. That was very unlucky as well, that meteor spawning there. That doesn't happen all the time. So that's also a combination of messing up a little bit, but also being a little unlucky there, which is unfortunate. As you saw there, that meteor was nowhere to be found. So I guess the game just decided to beat him while he's down. Tark's lead is just only growing at this rate. But there's still enough of the run left where it isn't a safe lead. Especially if Tark has a very bad death. But he'll probably be playing the rest of the run very safe to prevent that from happening. Muffin getting RSG, redeeming himself from that first race, getting it twice in a row. You love to see it. As Tark is kind of just chilling right now in 8-7. Muffin having, once again, another good 8-7. Which closes the gap a little bit, but at this point, he's going to need to rely on Tark making a very large mistake for him to have a chance of coming back. Which is very possible. Don't count Muffin out yet. But if Tark locks in and doesn't make any mistakes, there is no way Muffin will win based on just playing good alone. He'll have to have Tark mess up. And now both players are in 8-7, so there'll be a little bit of not much going on here. Let's all hope that Muffin hits Muffin triple. It'll be a big shame if he misses it. Especially in his last race of the group stage here. Tark playing it safe again with a 3-3-6. And Muffin not getting Muffin triple. Well, I guess we are going to have to ban him from the tournament. I'm sorry, Muffin, but this will be your last race in the tournament because of that. Tark through 8-7 going into 8 airship. And Muffin finishing up the first half of 8-7 here. Last run, he beautifully executed fire route. Let's see if he does it again. Tark playing that first crew safe. Just a reminder that Tark got a 3-3-6 7 or 8-7 time. So if Muffin does better than that, he'll be saving a little bit of time, which is obviously what he needs. But at the same time, he needs to just, you know, he's gonna have to save a lot more than that if he wants to come back and win this race. Yeah, exactly, NM. I don't understand how he misses zone triple either, but he does get the fire ball strat, which redeems himself a little bit, but unfortunately missing Muffin triple is just not very good. Muffin resigning to drop out after this race. So anybody who is excited for the Gasping Muffin 2024 Mario Wii any percent summer tournament bracket run is going to be very disappointed by the fact that it's going to end right here. So enjoy it while it lasts. As Tark comes up at the end of 8 airship with a 411 pipe, which is pretty good. Muffin won't be able to save too much on that. So now let's see if Tark gets bombless. So the first race he didn't have propeller. The second race he didn't get any hits. Let's see if he gets one here. And he didn't get the instant first hit, and he didn't get a backup first hit, unfortunately. As Muffin has a little bit of trouble with the boxes there. Tark trying to squeeze into that gap, but he just can't do it. The game is just not letting him, and it's rejecting him from even trying to get up there. And unfortunately, the game is not letting him up there. So unfortunately, the game was not very nice to Tark. But with his kind of lead, it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, gasping muffin kind of just going to the level, trying not to die at this point. He can't really save all that much time over Tark. But he did lose some time. Tark got a 411 pipe, gasping muffin got 406. So he's losing a few seconds when his deficit is already this big. If he does get Cody double boneless, the race will be a lot closer, but it still won't be, you know, it'll still require Tark to have a pretty big mistake for Muffin to come back. Let's see if he gets it here. And he got first hit. And he did not get second hit. He went up there a little too early, or too late in the game. Didn't let him get up there, I think. As Tark is running through 8 Castle here, kind of just flying through the level. And the game is just not wanting to give either of these runners room to get into that gap. And he does not get it, unfortunately. So he did get first hit, so he did save a decent amount of time from that, but it's still not enough to put him ahead without Tark making a massive mistake in Castle. Alright, so now Muffin entering Castle while Tark's just in the auto-scroller room. Tark playing it pretty safe. 606 pipe. Obviously, that lost him a little bit of time, but at this point, as long as he doesn't die, he should take this race. So yeah, I guess the goal is to not just not die at this point. If he can avoid death, he should be in the clear to win the race. Yep, just don't die forehead. That's the name of the game right now for him. But yeah, as I've said, and probably most commentators have said, anything can happen, and if Tark just has a misstep and escape, he can very easily blow this race. So it's not over until he hits that last switch at the end. That's all there is to really say about this right now. As Muffin tries to avoid death in the auto-scroller room. On 608 pipe, that's respectable. And Tark, unfortunately, missing the gap. So now he's going to have to back this up. Anybody wondering, Tark was 12 seconds behind his PB entering this part, so I do not believe he was on PB pace even with ATC, although it might have been. I'm not too sure how good his PB last level was, and I don't know how much he'd saved with ATC over his PB. So he could have been on pace, but it would have been a small PP pace as Muffin hits the switch here. And Tark at the end of the run, as long as he doesn't die here, he will clutch out the Game 3 victory over Muffin. And with that, Tark has upset Gasping Muffin. So Tark with a 25:48. I'm not too sure what his first run time was, but that was only 4 seconds behind his second one. So he's been playing pretty close to his PB these runs, which shows consistency. Okay, so he got a 25:47 first run, which means all three of his races were within 4 seconds of each other, which is pretty insane. Once he gets better, Tark might really be a threat to these tourneys here, with how consistent he can be. As Muffin here is finishing up the level here, ending the run here for the sake of formality. As his median time has long since been finished. And unfortunately, and he backed it up. He got revenge on that. So he made the exact same mistake earlier, but he did not die. So very clutch from Gasping Muffin. GG's to both runners. Tark demonstrating how good he is at races. And yeah, so that's this series. Very good series. The first race we didn't really see much, but that second race was very good. And this third race was definitely had some potential to be good as well. So overall, not a very bad set. So GG's to Tark and GG's to Gasping Muffin. That's it for their group stage races. And there is another race that's about to happen soon. So yeah, if either of the runners want to do an interview, we can do that. All right, Tark can do the interview. So I'll get him in here. There's Tark.
Hello, Saria.
GG's, man.
Thank you.
That was crazy how consistent you were playing. Getting those 3 in a row, like 3 times, all within a few seconds of each other. That was pretty impressive.
I mean, the thing is, I've been practicing. I've done that since like this Sunday, and then I guess I just did what I was supposed to. Except missing 556 on that last one. I got 556 on like the first 2, and that was pretty nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, there were some issues. We weren't able to see your stream for the first race and a half, but at least that last race we got to see everything, so that was cool.
Yes.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you can be mad about how you played today.
No, I'm very happy. I think this brings down my median by a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean your median before this was a 29, so it definitely is a lot better. And you also only had done, let me see, I think 4 races up to this point. Yeah, so your new median is probably sitting around 3 races. Yeah, your median is the slowest of those 3 races, which I believe was a 25:48. If I'm doing the math right.
Yo, that's nice.
So yeah, if I'm correct, which I believe I am, then your new median should be a 25:48, which is really good. I think your median is now better than Muffin's, so that's pretty cool that you got yourself that high of a seed.
Yeah. The second race was I mean both 2 races were PB pace into ATC, but then the second one I just couldn't get in the small gap. That was pretty unfortunate. And then the other one I just missed the timing, so it's not really that bad. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that was impressive though. I mean, hey, that was really good. You had 3 good races. You got your median really low. Your seed is much better than it was before.
Yep.
If you had gotten even a little better, you would have been in like a top 10 seed, I think, if you'd gotten like a 25-46. So, but
Yo.
that's still you're still really good for now, at least until everybody does all their races. It might change, but right now you're sitting pretty good. So,
Do you know when the bracket starts? Like the.
I think it's probably after everybody does their group stage races.
Okay, okay.
Anyway, there seems to be another tourney race that's going on right now, so I'm gonna I'm gonna go do that. I hope you have a good day, and I hope I hope to see more from you because you're definitely showing some potential here.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm excited to see your bracket run.
Yep.
Is there anything
Um,
else you want to say?
um. Nope.
All right. Well, I enjoyed watching, and good luck in your future races.
Thanks for having me.
No problem.